All right, y'all. Welcome back to 18 Outdoors. Hey, I've had a lot of requests for this, so we're going to go ahead and get this knocked out and do it. You know, we appreciate everything y'all have said and done, all the likes and subscriptions and the support. So we're going to show and talk about the trophy room. You know, like I say, I've had a lot of requests about it. You know, we've been blessed. You know, first off, I want to make sure everybody knows that, hey, we're not rich. We've not been left a bunch of money. We have not won the lottery, but we're just normal people. I work 12-hour swing shift. You know, been doing it for 26 years and been blessed, you know, to have a life and a wife. We don't really try to chase the Joneses or keep up with the Joneses. We're happy with our house. We got the same house that we've originally bought. So back when we bought our house, it was $231 a month for the house payment, you know. You won't be able to do that now. You can't even get a car for that now, I don't think. But anyway, so we've been blessed, yo, and so we've had some good success, and I've saved up some money from trips and been very successful. So, you know, we're not, I've seen some comments, you know, about people talking about murderers and stuff as far as hunters. You know, everybody knows in the hunting community well, it's not about that. It's about eating, you know, we're choices of what we do to eat, and some predator management. You'll see them bears and stuff, and that's predator management because bears do a lot of damage if they're not a hunted population. You know, a healthy population is a hunted population, and us hunters, we administer and control species, you know, try to maximize, you know, their efforts and their lives. So anyway, we're gonna start this trophy room and talk about a few things, and we'll see what we got here. First off, we're gonna talk about my dad's bucks. These are my dad's 3 biggest bucks, all off Alabama public land. You can see up there, it was his first compound bow. That is a Bear Polar 2. And one of the first compounds, you know, he shot a few deer with that. He kept breaking limbs on it, but he shot a few deer with that. He killed more with a recurve, but these 3 bucks are all rifle. That one over on the left is a Black Warrior buck. This is a Bankhead, you know, National Forest buck. Crazy, you know, wide, low profile, you know, good tine length, good beam length, 136 inch, 8-point, very nice. So this over here is the old Cahaba management area, and it's not, they don't have it anymore, but they've got a new Cahaba management area that's in the same general area. But a 14-point, a real old buck. They had sheds, had found sheds off of him the year before in this area. It's kind of why they were concentrating on that, and he killed that, and the guy that was with him killed a big old 6-point on the same day in December back in the 70s. But 3 cool bucks that my dad killed, his biggest ones. You know, he passed away a few years back, but I'm you know, I'm trying to honor his memory and keep that stuff up. And here's me and him back in the day. We was trapping one of the sales we went to, and Birmingham News was there and took pictures of us. That's, you know, you all know me. If you know me, that's what I grew up doing, was trapping. So there's a few otters that I trapped. So over here, we're getting to the Wyoming wall. This is all public land in Wyoming, do-it-yourself hunting. Y'all can do that. I mean, it's, you can message me about that. That's a cool place to go hunting. You know, you can go out there and spend all the time you want camping, hunting. You can get a numerous amount of tags, you know, antelope tags, whitetail tags, mule deer tags, and elk tags. But the elk's generally on a draw system. I'm still buying preference points for elk and mule deer, and Kathy's buying points for antelope. So these 3 bucks I took with rifles, and this one in the middle was 400 and something yard shot with a 300 mag, and then the other 2 was shot with a 30-06. And this is my last one. I shot him at 300 something yards. It was a cool looking one. He had stickers and kind of the white ivory tips, but he was my biggest one, the more mature one. So that one up there on the top left is Kathy's mule deer she shot opening day of the rifle season, right before dark. That was a fun. It was a cold day, and it took a while to get him out. He was a dang nice one. We caught him coming off a point off his bed right before dark, and she made a great shot on him, 200 something yards. So that was my first mule deer buck. Me and Kathy were together climbing up a hill on a real windy day. Took him, and then there was one I took with a bow. My brother stalked him with a bow, and 2 days before that I killed this whitetail out of a lock on by the Cheyenne River, which is, you know, historical river in Wyoming, and that was, you know, that was a cool hunt and awesome. My dad was with us on that hunt, and we we all were real successful. I think we filled 8 tags on this hunt. There's my biggest one with a rifle. Pretty nice mule deer. And then that over there's a video of me taking him with a bow. The first one I shot with the bow. Kathy videoed me shooting that one, 45-yard shot. Just a, you know, a very cool hunt. Now we're gonna get over here to some Alaskan stuff. And Alaska is, boy, I wished I'd grow up and younger when knew about Alaska and when I moved out there for a little while just to do some of the other hunts. But then this is a big brown bear, coastal brown bear. They rough weighing over 1,000 pounds, maybe 1,100. He was right at Boone and Crockett, but I shot him in the skull, so messed that up for us, a record book thing. But a very cool hunt, like I say, on the coastal part of Alaska. You're camping out there in a tent in there amongst them, so it's unique. They can, you know, they can run as fast and take off as fast as a quarter horse and run as fast as a horse for a long way. It's like 35 miles an hour. I think you ain't no way of getting away from them. You have to fight them or kill them. So this is the Arctic grizzly bear. The first time that I went to Alaska, a very good representative. They don't get near as big as the brown bears because they don't have the food supply to eat on, and plus they hibernate a lot longer because it's, again, up in the Arctic Circle. I mean, they stay daylight year round up there, or not year round, but all day long. While I was hunting, you know, sleeping in a tent again there, and it's like 6 hours by plane if something was to happen to you. But real beautiful, unique. It's a lot different than the coastal part of Alaska, but a crazy trip. Love that. There's some pictures that I took while I was in Alaska. That was a cool one of the eagle. So then there's me with the other brown bear, but a shed that I picked up. There's one brown bear skull. There's a little ermine hide that I picked up in Fairbanks while we walk around. There's what happened to that big skull. But anyway, Alaska is just an amazing place to hunt. Here's some animals from the last time that I hunted there: a brown bear and a black bear. You know, brown bear was a 9-footer. You know, very good one. Not a monster one, but a very good one. A real good black bear, 300-something pound black bear, very good. Out my tent window door, you could look and see both of these bodies. You know, that one was like 75 yards, and this one's about 600 yards from the tent. Big old glacier field. So again, another amazing hunt. You know, so I highly recommend, if you ever get a chance to go to Alaska, go and just have a great time. Just go visit, carry your wife, you know, whoever. So here's a red fox that I trapped out at Bankhead, so very cool. There's some of the fish we caught. So crappie. Kathy's got a chain pickerel that she caught in Alaska up there and mounted a replica that we had. And she caught a stripe with zip code 33 right there, 12-pound stripe. She about burnt that zip code up catching that in Smith Lake. So over here is my moose. That's one of the cool hunts that you'll ever go on, is a moose during the rut. He was rutting, grunting. You could feel that grunt bounce off your chest. You know, just a crazy hunt. I could hear him rubbing, and I had a cow slip out in front of me, and I didn't even hear her walking. And you know, a cow's a daggone big animal. This moose weighed 1,220 pounds, 44.5-inch spread. You know, a very good representation of New Brunswick, Canada. Got some good friends up there, Rick, Wendy Hamilton. You know, an amazing hunt. You know, it's an amazing time. Awesome food to eat. Them moose, you know, the hamburgers and the steak off of them is incredible. A real sweet meat. So we enjoyed that. Eat on that thing for 2 years, sharing it with family and friends. But just an awesome time. If you ever get to do a moose hunt, do that. So now we're gonna move over to the whitetails, and all these are Alabama public lands. So always remember that. That's what we do. You know. That's what we concentrate on, is Alabama, and we're going to start spreading our wings a little bit and do some more out-of-state stuff. All these, you know, these ain't all monster bucks. These, matter of fact, are just decent bucks. You know, good bucks, good public land bucks, good bucks for Alabama. And we all of them special memories. So we mount them. I mount a lot of them, and we got room for them. We got a big trophy room that we built / entertainment room. So. This buck here was a Sam R. Murphy hunt. It's a cool looking 9-point. That was an Okmulgee buck. I can name off all these, you know. That's a Black Warrior with a bow, 8-point. cool hunt, evening hunt. 6.5-year-old Okmulgee 8-point, 3.5-year-old big body Black Warrior buck. Gun, another Black Warrior buck. First good Black Warrior 8-point with the bow right there. So very unique hunt, middle of the day hunt when I killed that one. Okmulgee muzzleloader right here. Walk around. Yeah, that's Okmulgee 8-point. Another Black Warrior bow kill. It's a 8-point. Another Black Warrior 8-point bow kill. Halloween day right there in the evening. Very cool hunt. This is old split toe or old crooked foot. Y'all heard the story about that? It's in the book, and I've told that story. That's the Wolf Creek buck. First good buck I killed. Here's another Black Warrior rifle one, Okmulgee. I don't have to walk around to get them, but here's a turkey that I killed with my brother. First gobber I ever killed was on Fort Rucker Army base. My brother was in the Army for a long time, so we went down there and killed that. It was a very cool hunt. I killed 2 turkeys that week, first 2 turkeys ever, and got a few calls that I collect. Got put up. There's a unique one. I don't know if you ever heard one of them, a snuff can call. So got some more, just skull mounts, skull plates. Just cool bucks. We love all of them. All of them got a unique story. So several articles that I've wrote and stuff over the years. Don't get to do that much anymore. The magazine had went out. So another Black Warrior 8-point. Big pile of sheds that we got. So the old duck decoys. My dad duck hunted there for a while. So I got some hats to collect. Look at there, do-it-yourself hunter. Shout out to them guys. So cool guys. We enjoy talking to them at the Mobile Hunter Expo and at Birmingham. So over here we got a pile of bears. These are all from Canada. That's a Pope and Young. That was my second Pope and Young one. Big old bear, 300 pounds. The other bow one. That was the one I killed with recurve. Took my dad's old bear recurve, cleaned it up, practiced up with it with the old bear broadhead. Took that bear. That was my first Pope and Young bear right there. All New Brunswick, Canada. Very cool hunt. There's another one. It's a big old bear trap. Collect some stuff like that. All outdoor stuff. Gun safe with a few racks laying up there. There's one 8-point. My dad killed a smaller 8-point with a gun. Then Kathy found that antelope shed in Wyoming. So there's a turkey fan from Fort Rucker. There's part of that moose hide. So there's a story I wrote for Georgia Outdoor News last year. So talk about more of these deer, finish these deer up. So, but this the last one you seen right there was the Black Warrior 8-point. Then this Okmulgee. This is the Black Warrior 9-point that I killed with the bow. So that one won me a bow, and with the Alabama Outdoor News truck buck shooter won that bow. This is a 6.5-year-old Okmulgee 8-point rifle. Okmulgee younger 9-point. But that was a cool. He was chasing a doe like crazy right before dark. Just seen antlers, couldn't really get him stopped. And had to shoot him like on the run. Took a couple shots, and that 8-point there was a 4.5-year-old 8-point. That was my 100th deer. So real sentimental. Done that. Here's a 10-point that I killed at Black Warrior the same year that I killed that monster one. Caught a lot of crap over shooting this buck. It was kind of a unique situation. I'd passed up one the day before that I didn't mean to. It was a bigger one, and I thought this was him the next day. Had a sun glare, but being a 10-point, being with the muzzleloader, and the situation I mounted, real pretty deer. He, just a cool looking buck. So good squirrel here. So there's some of Kathy's and mine. Yeah, these are all Kathy's skulls. Hog skull that we got. She killed Okmulgee and Black Warrior. There's her bear skull. Just unique stuff. We try to take care of all that stuff. There's the purse that she's been making. This is her huge bear. It's a 404 pounds. Just a crazy big beast, black warrior. I videoed that. If you want to check that on the channel and see the video, just a cool hunt. There's a couple of her little antlers she got laying there. So this is her buck wall and the doe wall. So her 8-point rifle on the left, her first good buck. One with the muzzleloader. Another one rifle, all public land deer. So here's a doe she whacked with a crossbow, a real pretty one. She wanted a doe mounted, so we had that mounted for her. Just a real beautiful mount. Parker's Wildlife done that. There's a 6-point that she killed at Okmulgee. We tripled that day. So here's some cool pictures of that buck she shot that was on trail camera. That's him walking in. That's the shot when the shot happened. And that's her grinning like a possum. It's a cool deal to get on trail camera. This is some memories when she shot in the truck buck. So, cool experience. So we hate that magazine's not there anymore, but raccoons in a trap. You gotta do your predator trapping, help. Let people drop them up to turkeys. Learn the trap, work on that. Help you nesting stuff, nesting birds. Another hog. So yeah, here's a cool hunt. Big mountain lion, crazy hunt. That was the hardest hunt that I've ever done. Big mountain lion. We drive 200 or 300 miles a day looking for tracks in the snow, and come up on this track on the second or third day, and it was -5. 8,000 something feet above sea level up in the mountains, and turned some dogs loose, and snow was about a foot deep on some rocks where they got treed at, and trying to climb up that stuff. Had COVID in November, and fought through that, and it was rough getting up there where he's at. Took him with a 30-06, just like, again, a cool hunt and something that was incredible to eat. Very, very good food. So a lot of people wouldn't thought that, and he's a whopper. He's 180 pound plus. So up here we got the Okmulgee Legend. My brother's 18-point. That's where the 18 Outdoors comes from. It was me and my brother both killing 18 points on public land in Alabama. Just a heck of a dang deer. He's got everything you want. A sticker, a drop time, good spread, 180 inches antler. Just a dang amazing buck. That kicked off a lot of our hunting stuff. So just crazy. Then here we go with some other big public land. Here's my first buck that I've killed at Freedom Hills. 18.5 inch spread. First bigger buck that I ever rattled in. I rattled in a bunch of smaller ones, but the scenario worked out great for him to come in. Got him 4.5-year-old, very nice. Here's another 4.5-year-old 8-point. There's a big freak nasty 158 10-point. Just a huge sucker, big boxy frame. So here's a big 140-inch 9-point Okmulgee. Crazy buck. Me and Kathy doubled that day. He's a dang monster. She killed a spike right after daylight, and then about 10 o'clock when I shot this one. Just had a little hard time finding him. It was foggy, off crazy, and you couldn't see exactly where he was at, so I didn't have no landmarks to see where I shot him at, but it took a while to find him. But very nice buck. Here's a 137-inch 10-point. Killed him a rifle. Very good buck. He was an hour behind a doe, chasing a doe an hour behind her. So keep that in mind. If a doe comes by, stick it out for a while. It could happen an hour later. So this buck right here was about the same way, except a younger buck was chasing a doe, and then about an hour later he come with his nose straight on the ground, following where they walked through at. This old boy was the biggest bodyweight buck that I'd ever killed. He weighed 204 pounds. Shot him like December 5th. Big old mainframe 7-point with some crazy stickers in the back. Just a cool buck. Just an old buck, 6.5-year-old plus. Not no monster rack, but huge body. Still a mature buck. Nothing wrong with shooting him for anybody. It ain't always about a monster rack. As y'all know by talking with us, this deer right here It was one of the happiest days I ever had with him. You know, this one took him with a bow. You know, Black Warrior, man, there he was chasing the doe hot, 141 and something inch 9-point. They hoping young. You know, that was my dream. So 21.5 inches inside spread, crazy spread. I've never had a picture of a buck that wide ever on trail camera. Still haven't. Didn't have pictures of him, but some other people did. But very nice buck. I was very happy that day. I'm telling you, that was one of the happiest days. Here's our fish tank here, 55 gallon. We love it. We love watching them fish. That's something we enjoy, so we keep that took care of and feed them twice a day. Over here we get with Mr. Majestic, you know. Everybody knows about him. That's my muzzleloader buck. State record for Alabama, non-typical. 196 3/8. Biggest body weight buck too, 225 pounds, November 5th. Bunch of pictures. He made Boone and Crockett, so, and Buckmasters, of course. So I found that shed in this area like 20 something years ago. Same general genetics like, but it's kind of eat up. But he's a crazy buck. All the, you know, it's amazing what them grow. Look at that little curly Q in there. Just a, I mean, just a beautiful specimen of a deer. You know, probably won't never kill anything like that again. But hey, it don't matter. Wouldn't matter if I hadn't took him, but it just blessed that I did. Everything worked out. I had a couple of years of history of him on trail camera, but just amazing buck. So, like I say, we enjoy the outdoors. You know, Kathy's got pictures of some like celebrities there. Everybody know Ray Scott. You know, he passed away a year or so ago. One of the, I mean, a major figure in the outdoors. You know, started BASS, and then, you know, started some whitetail stuff. He was just an amazing guy. Jackie Cottle over there, famous Alabama archer. Got Jackie Bushman, Bill Jordan, Michael Waddell, and old Mr. Ron Smith over there. So there's Eva Shockey. Kathy enjoys talking with her. So cool stuff. Again, y'all, we enjoy our outdoors. Enjoy sharing it. Enjoy, you know, sitting here with it. You know, we've got our TV room / trophy room that I love watching movies. I love for it to be real, so we got good surround sound system to enjoy that. And while we're sitting here, you know, reminiscing about our memories. So appreciate y'all watching, and hope y'all enjoy this video. Like, again, like, subscribe. Any tips or anything y'all want us to do, let us know, and we'll see what we can do. We'll see y'all on the next video. Be safe.